25 facts about the ocean for you to snore to. Did you know the ocean covers more than 70% of Earth's surface? That's like having a world where the land is just tiny islands in a sea of blue. Here's something cool. More than 80% of the ocean is completely unexplored. It's like an alien world right here on Earth waiting to be discovered. The deepest part of the ocean, the Mariana Trench, is nearly 7 miles down. To put that in perspective, you could stack Mount Everest inside it, and it still wouldn't reach the top. The ocean holds 97% of all water on Earth, but it's so salty we can't drink it. So, where do we get our fresh water? From rivers, lakes, and glaciers, the remaining 3%. Here's a fun thought. Every other breath you take is thanks to the ocean. Tiny organisms called phytoplankton produce over 50% of the oxygen in our atmosphere. The Pacific Ocean isn't just the biggest ocean. It's so vast that it could fit all the world's continents inside it and still have room to spare. Ocean currents, like the Gulf Stream, act like conveyor belts for heat, moving warm water from the tropics to colder regions. This is why Europe stays relatively mild even in winter. Ever heard of the Great Barrier Reef? It's the largest living structure on Earth, home to thousands of species, and you can even see it from space. The blue whale, the largest animal ever, is an ocean dweller. Imagine this, it's as long as the school buses and weighs as much as 33 elephants. The ocean floor is anything but flat. Hidden beneath the waves are massive mountain ranges like the Mid-Atlantic Ridge. It stretches for 40,000 miles. At night, some parts of the ocean glow. Why? Because of bioluminescent organisms, which produce their own light kind of like underwater fireflies. The ocean acts like a giant sponge, absorbing 25% of the carbon dioxide we produce. This helps slow down climate change, but it's also causing the ocean to become more acidic. There are 5 oceans on Earth: the Pacific, Atlantic, Indian, Southern, and Arctic. Together, they form one interconnected global ocean system. The Atlantic Ocean is growing wider every year by about the width of a fingernail because of tectonic plate movements. Ever wonder why seawater is salty? It's because of rocks. Minerals from land dissolve into rivers and eventually flow into the ocean, where they've been building up for millions of years. Some fish, like parrotfish, have an unusual bedtime routine. They create a protective mucus cocoon to sleep in like a sleeping bag made of slime. The Sargasso Sea is unique because it's the only sea without land boundaries. Instead, it's surrounded by ocean currents that keep it in place. Coral reefs might cover less than 1% of the ocean floor, but they're like underwater cities, supporting 25% of all marine life. Meet the fastest growing organism in the ocean, giant kelp. It can grow up to 2 feet per day, creating lush underwater forests. If you spread the ocean's water evenly over Earth, it would form a layer about 8,000 feet deep, more than 1.5 miles. Tides are nature's clock. They're caused by the gravitational pull of the moon and the sun, working together to move billions of gallons of water. In the darkest parts of the ocean, near hydrothermal vents, life thrives without sunlight. Instead of photosynthesis, organisms here rely on chemosynthesis, using chemicals to produce energy. The Arctic Ocean might be the smallest, but it's essential to our planet's climate system. Its ice helps reflect sunlight, keeping Earth cooler. Plastic pollution is a big problem. Every year, about 8 million tons of plastic end up in the ocean. That's like dumping a garbage truck full of plastic every minute. I wonder why the sound of waves is so relaxing. It's because the repetitive rhythm of the waves mimics the natural patterns of our brain waves, helping us feel calm and sleepy